Welcome back to another episode of the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. As you can tell, this ain't Pat, it's Brad and Josh here. Pat is on a little sabbatical for the night, taking the day off, getting ready for his Thursday preview show, getting all his news, notes, and rankings squared away for all you. So this will be a perfect episode for y'all. How's it going, Josh?
Great, and Pat's also preparing the weather report. I think that's also important that we let them know that.
Yeah, he's got his Doppler radar out. Okay,
he's actually outside right now with a giant balloon.
Yeah.
We miss you, bud. Hope you don't fly away.
This is the things we do for you all.
Yeah. That's the things we do for you guys. Just to give you the best advice that we think we can give you. Anyway, so Brad, not really a lot of news.
No, I think the biggest news we have is Adrian Peterson, but they're on a bye, so I don't think it really affects a lot of people.
He hurt his ankle.
He hurt his ankle, and he was in a walking boot type cast.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he said he's going to play. And like I said, he's going to be terrible this week because he's on a bye. He's going to be 0 points.
You nailed it.
Called it. Bing.
So the Panthers and the Redskins will be on a bye this week. So make sure you adjust your lineups accordingly.
Drop DJ Moore because ain't nobody picking him up.
Drop him like he's hot or cold, depending on what you think.
He's very cold.
Yeah, he's ice cold. Calvin Ridley, the other rookie, is not cold. But anyway, other than that, really not a lot of news. Maybe. So the Steelers have admitted that they're open to trading Le'Veon Bell now.
Yeah.
And there were talks of maybe the Jets getting him.
I don't see him going to an AFC team, even though they're probably not worried about the Jets playing them in the playoffs. I just don't see them trading him to an AFC team that they could have to face in the playoffs. And you get that revenge narrative.
I would just think that there would be other teams that would need him more. I mean, the Jets, they have Chris Ivory and Bilal Powell. They have other needs.
Yeah, but he's one of the top backs in the NFL.
It's true.
So there's only like 3 teams going to say they don't need him.
The ones who have Gurley and Zeke.
Gurley, Zeke, David Johnson. Wow, I don't know why I spaced him. And probably even the Giants with Saquon.
Yeah, well, because the Cardinals need a lot more than just a running back right now.
Well, they need an offense coordinator.
That's just the biggest problem.
Oh,
it's true. All right, so other than that, so they're going to trade Le'Veon. If he plays for the Jets, we can only speculate on that. We can't get too deep into that wormhole right now. The other news is that it was confirmed that Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL, so now he's officially droppable. Not like you were going to play.
No, God, please, no, 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 no!
It was interesting because the little juke move that he did that tore his ACL, completely unnecessary.
It was. He had already stepped out of bounds.
Completely unnecessary. And even Justin Houston was like, yeah, it's his fault.
It is 100% his fault.
100% his fault. There were some other things that happened around the league, like the Raiders kicker. He got hurt.
Nobody cares.
No one cares about kickers. Dalvin Cook might play this week. We'll give you an update about that on Thursday.
Make our best. Well, we won't be able to give you an update on Thursday because the game will be going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, just pay attention to our Twitter account, which is Empty Wagon Pod. Empty Wagon Pod?
Empty Wagon FF.
Empty Wagon FF. Yeah, we've changed these things so many times. All right. Just pay attention to that. We'll be out there giving you updates on this. All right, so now we'll just do a quick review of the Monday night game.
Oh, it ain't going to be quick.
It was fun.
It was, it ended up being a shootout. It started out ugly. We had a lot of multiple 3-and-outs to begin the game, and you're like, okay, 2 teams with a high over-under. We're going to have a defensive shootout here. And then it went off the rails pretty quick. Both quarterbacks threw a pick. Big Ben started throwing touchdowns. Fitzmagic kept throwing some interceptions.
Yeah, I don't know. It started out really disheartening. We were like, oh, great. The magic has run out. That was the biggest thing that I took from it. I was like, oh, man. This guy, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it to be over.
Was it over, though? The second half?
No, but I'm saying in the beginning, right?
Oh, the very beginning.
In the beginning, I loved the flashy suit and the sunglasses. I loved the beard kisses. Like, I was having fun with this Ryan Fitzpatrick thing, dude. Yeah. And the first half, you thought, oh, it's over.
It was. It looked terrible. It looked like old Ryan Fitzpatrick, pre-beard, bad years, multiple places.
I mean, he threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah. All in the first half. All on bad. They were bad picks too.
Well, one of them wasn't his fault. The ball got tipped up in the air, and the other two were just
bad passes, like him trying a little hard.
Hey, I mean, because he was probably feeling Jameis breathing down his neck. He knew Jameis was superior quarterback.
Well, they named him the starter until he messes it up, and he went out there to mess it up.
He tried, but he recovered. He still had 400 yards passing.
I always wondered why coaching staffs do that. Why, if a guy's playing well, don't even jinx it. Don't talk about it.
Well,
just go with it.
Some coaches probably don't believe in jinxes, and Dirk Cutter is not a great coach, but he's still the only player in NFL history to throw 3 400-yard games in a row.
To start a season. Yeah.
Ryan Fitzmagic.
And he's still, even next week, who do they have on the docket? They have, trying to tap dance here.
It's okay. So I'll go ahead and start talking about some other people.
Well, we can go ahead and talk about Big Ben. Road Big Ben, we're kind of worried about him. He showed up 3 touchdowns, 350 yards. It was actually pretty efficient too, 30 of 38.
Yeah, but the thing that I've seen out of Big Ben so far is that I don't really think that the Steelers have much of a running game. And they didn't need to really run the ball. They were ahead quite a bit. It's very apparent to me that James Conner is not Le'Veon Bell. His best drive was the last one when they were trying to run out clock.
Yeah. I think a lot of teams aren't really scared of him. I think he kind of surprised the Cleveland Browns first week of the season. And ever since then, people have film on him. They know what to do.
Yeah.
They know how to defend it.
So who is Tampa Bay playing next week?
I'm still trying to get to
Oh, okay. I don't remember what it was. I'm thinking they're playing like Philly. It's a tougher matchup next week. I do expect them to have a little bit more of a difficult time.
I'm almost there, and it's Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. I knew it was a tough defense to play, so Ryan Fitzmagic, that offensive line is already bad. The Steelers don't have a great pass rush, and they got to Ryan Fitzpatrick a lot last night.
Yeah, they were in his face. They were blitzing a lot and coming with a lot.
Those offensive linemen were basically pushed right into Ryan Fitzpatrick all night. It wasn't good.
I think the biggest surprise was the two big receivers for Pittsburgh, Juju and Vance McDonald.
Dude, that stiff arm, he pushed him straight into...
Did you hear his post-game press conference?
He said that he wanted to destroy him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And Clay Matthews, who just wants to tackle somebody, gets...
Better not. Yeah. Better not even think about it. Yeah, Vance McDonald, he ripped off a 75-yard touchdown. He was 4 for 112 with 1 touchdown.
That 75-yarder kind of pads a lot of stats.
Yeah, but I mean...
It's very similar to what we've been talking about with O.J. Howard, who we'll get into in a little bit, but one big play made his numbers look a lot better. And,
well, the guy who's in the slot, Juju Smith-Schuster, is just finding all of the holes. I mean, in every defense, but, I mean, Tampa's not a great defense anyway. But
no.
But Juju's...
He's looking good. I was down on him this week. Thought Road Big Ben would kind of hurt him, but it didn't. Antonio Brown was shut out in the second half. I mean, his day looks really good with 6 receptions, 50 yards, and a touchdown. But
Juju, 9 for 116.
And 11 targets, with Antonio Brown only getting 9 targets, which is still a lot, but only 6 receptions on those 9 targets.
Well, he can't complain because they won. The running games for both teams weren't very good. Now, on the other side of the ball, Mike Evans, he's so much better without Jameis Winston.
He loves Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's better. O.J. Howard, 6 for 72. Mike
8
Evans.
targets for O.J. Howard. 8.
And he dropped those other 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were inaccurate throws or anything like that. Chris Godwin had some drops.
And a fumble, which kind of hurt. I mean, he had a great stat line, but...
Yeah, that fumble really hurt the Buccaneers in that sense of the game. But even Cameron Brate had a touchdown. Sure, why not? The only person that really had an off night, I'd say, was
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson. Vincent Jackson. He played for him a couple years ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, D-Jax did not have a great game.
Yeah, 3 for 37. I think D-Jax is still a boom or bust guy. We knew it was going to come back down to earth sooner rather than later, but Fitzpatrick's doing Fitzpatrick things. I mean, you can't get mad at it. 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
So what are your expectations for Ryan Fitzpatrick against the Bears, though? I mean, because we're assuming...
Real football or fantasy football?
Fantasy football. I mean,
fantasy football-wise, he's going to keep these receivers as top options because he's going to be gunslinger mode. He's not afraid to throw it in there.
Yeah, I
The
think
Bears defense has been getting a lot of credit, but I think it's really just that pass rush they have.
well, Khalil Mack does change quite a bit.
He does, but what defense, other than Aaron Rodgers, who still tore them up, they did a lot of the damage when he wasn't in the game. When Aaron Rodgers was in the game, he picked that defense apart.
He picked them apart.
Yeah. Mitchell Trubisky, which I think we're all still waiting on him to make the turn to be a great quarterback.
Oh, I can't wait. I don't think he will, but eventually.
Even Sam Bradford had a couple good drives against the Bears defense.
Yeah, that's okay. So you think Ryan Fitzpatrick will
He can still be
have a good game?
serviceable next week. He's not one of my top streaming options. He's probably going to be outside my top 12, but he's going to make Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, OJ Howard, Deshaun Jackson still playable options in fantasy.
Man, if he throws for 400 yards,
yeah,
I might even
if he
trade
throws
for
for
him.
300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's pretty good. Okay, so enough about that. Is there anything else you want to add to the Monday night game?
Yeah, drop Peyton Barber.
Yeah, you got to drop Peyton Barber. The Buccaneers' rushing attack is just bad. Jaquiz Rodgers. See, the thing with Peyton Barber, though, is that the game didn't really lend it to let him run the ball, but 8 for 33 attempts, or 8 for 33 yards is just, it's not going to get it done.
Which looks good, but he had a long of 18. You take that one long run away, and it really looks bad then.
It's just not going to get it done. I'm a Peyton Barber believer, but I think it's time to move on.
He's an okay back, but I don't think he's a lead back in the NFL.
He's no Kerryon Johnson, that's for sure. All right, well, that's pretty much it for that game.
I'd never start either one of these defenses. I think we can say that hands down, right?
Yeah, that's a definite positive. All right, the Thursday night game. This is going to be a fun game. I'm excited about this. It's actually going to be on Fox, too, so everyone should be able to watch it.
It's on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
I thought it was on Fox as well.
Okay. I know they have the first female duo calling a game.
Good for them. Good for them. I mean, WWE just added their first female.
See?
So, I mean, it's...
Welcome to 2018.
Boom. But Rams and Vikings, dude. I think this is going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think the Vikings are going to be very mad at what happened last week.
Yeah, hopefully they come out
getting
fire.
run through the mud.
Hopefully they come out fire. Now, see, I went and I did a little research. Now, the Rams, we all know, are the truth. Their offense, incredible. Defense, incredible. So I was like, I was looking at their schedule from last season to see if there was anyone that really shut them down. And it happened in 2 games. The first one was Seattle. The leading receiver for the Rams was Tyler Higbee, but that was still kind of earlier in the season. Now, in the 10th game of the season, though, Minnesota actually played the Rams. And the Rams only scored 7 points, and that was in the first quarter. The Vikings won 24-7. This was not a great game for the Rams. I went back and looked. Jared Goff, only 225 yards, no touchdowns. Todd Gurley, only 37 yards rushing the ball with 1 touchdown. It wasn't very impressive. Now, I understand the teams are a little bit different. But, I mean, Robert Woods was the leading receiver. 8 for 81. The only person that had a touchdown on that side of the ball was Todd Gurley. Because he's Todd Gurley. Duh. But, I mean, what do you think? Do you feel confident in this? We'll talk about the defenses first. Do you feel confident in the Vikings defense?
Well, the big news was that Everson Griffin, a lot of reports and stuff came out about his issue he had in the hotel with possibly getting held at gunpoint and robbed. Now he's getting evaluated for possible at a mental facility getting evaluated. We don't know the whole details of it. I don't want to go in details. I don't want to speculate on it, but he's probably not going to play.
And he's a big part of this defense.
He's a big part of the defense. He's one of their better pass rushers, run-stopping defensive end.
Saw what happens when he didn't play against Buffalo.
Yeah. So I think him being out with this offense isn't going to be great. And depending on how that secondary wants to play.
Road's closed.
Yeah, road's closed, but I'm pretty sure Sean McVay is just going to move around all his receivers to get them open.
Because he's got so many weapons.
Yes.
It's such a fun offense to watch.
Yeah, and he uses it properly.
And this is what the Bears offense could be if they had, when Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, because just like we said, it took Jared Goff a while to get used to this offense because they're not easy. These aren't easy offenses to run.
No.
I'm pretty sure he comes to the line and makes a lot of checks and a lot of reads because McVay tells him to, because if they're setting up like this, you got to do this, 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 or this.
I mean, you already see it coming to fruition with Brandon Cooks. I mean, he's had an entire offseason. Sammy Watkins didn't get that.
Yeah.
Imagine what Sammy could have been had he been able to stay with the team an entire offseason.
They are different receivers, too. I don't think Sammy fit what they wanted to do there as much as Brandon Cooks does.
I think they're different receivers, but he's still
a great talent.
He's an incredible talent. I think he's a better talent than Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. So, on the Rams side of the ball, though, is there anybody you're not starting?
The tight ends.
Well, yeah, but...
I never start Rams tight ends.
Well, yeah, nobody does.
But you feel good about all three receivers. You feel good. I feel good about Jared Goff, to be honest with you. He's just more of a streamer if you have a better option because this Minnesota defense, and it's Thursday night game, right? So we understand that the Rams offense is prolific. It's incredible right now, but these Thursday night games are weird, dude. I mean, Cleveland won their first game last Thursday.
Yeah, they're the home team, too, so that always bodes well for the home team.
Absolutely.
Is being home and being ready and not having to travel on a short week.
But I still feel like you could probably even stream Jared Goff. If you have better options, though, I would probably err on the side of caution with that.
You might not have a lot of options this week because of the fact of the injuries and the bye weeks. Cam's out. Alex Smith's out.
Jimmy Garoppolo's
out.
He's dead.
Are you starting with Josh Rosen? I don't think so.
Are you going to start
Josh Allen? Don't think so.
None of the Joshes. Sam Darnold, no.
Andy Luck, you're probably not really too high
I
on
wish
this week.
Teddy Bridgewater was out there.
Yeah. But so I think you can start everybody. If you start Jared Goff, I wouldn't look too badly on that. The Minnesota side of the ball is, I think, the bigger question mark, especially after last week, what we saw this Bills defense do to them. That we haven't seen this Bills defense do anything to anybody all year. And then they just come in there and wreck house.
They wrecked it. You know who I think gets the biggest bump this week? Kyle Rudolph.
Okay.
And this is my thought process behind this. Is I do think that I was going to say Case Keenum because he was a Viking for a minute. Kirk Cousins, he's going to be under duress. This defensive line is no joke for the Rams.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to dump the ball off quick. Kyle Rudolph is going to be that guy. I don't see Latavius Murray having a big day because those guys are defensive tackles, and they're going to end up stopping him quite a bit. He might, and he's not a huge pass catcher.
No, I think they really need Dalvin Cook back for this game. Mm-hmm. I think that's the real reason why he didn't play in the Buffalo game.
Didn't think they'd need him.
Well, they didn't think they'd need him, and it was a short week.
Didn't think they'd need him. But
when you look ahead on the schedule, you think, hey, Thursday night we're going to the Rams. We're going to need to. This game could decide home field advantage in the NFC championship game.
Now, what I am interested in, and I'm still starting Thielen. I'm still going to start Diggs. And the main reason because the Rams' corners are both out.
Well, we don't know about Peters yet. They haven't officially said he's out yet.
He's going to be out.
But Talib, we know, is out. He's going into surgery on Thursday.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Looks like the Broncos traded you at the right time, though. Yeah, so, and then Marcus Peters might not play either. But either way, Thielen, even with the bad game against Buffalo last week, he had gobs and gobs and gobs of catches. So.
Yeah, he is the possession guy there, the short yardage. And I think one thing we noticed last year when you watched Kirk Cousins play for Washington before he went to Minnesota was when he's under duress and he doesn't feel comfortable, he becomes a check down guy. He doesn't take a lot of shots. We saw it last year. We saw it past years with Jordan Reed, with Jamison Crowder, Chris Thompson. He'll check it down when he feels nervous. He won't take that shot.
Yeah.
If he thinks he's going to get drilled stepping. I'm not saying he won't step in the pocket to throw one, but he prefers to check it down and do the safe little short passes.
And you like that?
I don't like that. Not in this game where they're going to need to score points.
Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there because
Yeah.
we're talking about Kirk.
Ooh.
I know it's cheesy, but I had to. All right. Well, what about Latavius Murray? Latavius Murray v. Dalvin Cook.
If Dalvin Cook doesn't play, is that where you're going with Latavius Murray?
Well, I mean, yeah, because we're assuming that Dalvin Cook won't play. But Latavius Murray had a pretty big game last year against his defense. Now, I know that Aaron Donald was there, but I know that Ndamukong Suh was not.
Yeah. I don't think you want to start him unless you're really hurting because you're out a Christian McCaffrey or an Adrian Peterson type player and you don't have it because of bye week and you need somebody to plug in. I wouldn't start him. There's got to be something better out there. Latavius Murray.
Derrick Henry or Latavius Murray?
Ooh. Who do the Titans play? They play my God, why can't I find this? I got it right in front of me.
Derrick Henry, Latavius Murray. No, just in a vacuum. Let's just say in a vacuum.
In a vacuum?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. Tennessee plays Philadelphia, so probably not this week.
Yeah, so, no, absolutely not. So what about Latavius Murray or what about Deion Lewis? You think he's a better option?
Yes.
Because the passing game?
Because it's a passing game.
All right. What about LaShawn McCoy? We're assuming he's going to play.
He plays. Buffalo's got a little life in them. They're going on the road to Green Bay. I think you can run on Green Bay. Yeah, I'd start Shady.
Over Latavius Murray. What about, okay, so if Cook is healthy, though, do you feel good about starting Cook?
I think you kind of have to.
Because
you spend a second round pick on him, you probably don't have a better option on your team.
It's just those. I mean, his was the hamstring, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to rush him out there.
Yeah, I think that's such a dangerous thing,
especially after what happened last week. If they rush him out there now, it either looks like they're scrambling for it,
yeah,
or that they did just hold him out of the Buffalo game because of they thought they were going. I think if he's not right, they're not going to play him.
So, do you like Diggs in this matchup?
Yeah. I mean, Diggs can be so great. And I think with Peters out there, and they might put Peters on Thielen because they know Thielen's going to catch
all of them passes.
Yeah, he's going to get more targets. Diggs could have a big game. And I think Diggs is going to be kind of a little upset at himself last week because he did have some drops. Kirk Cousins is probably going to be a little upset too and probably maybe take some shots. I really think this whole Minnesota team's going to have a chip on their shoulder.
I sure hope so. They're going to get better. Their coach is incredible. He's an incredible coach.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
1 week till Mark Ingram comes back.
And Julian
Edelman.
Which I cannot wait for. My team.
So if anybody got super scared in your league and dropped him, if they're out there in waivers,
go get him.
Go get him.
Especially, I mean, we can look forward to maybe Flash playing this week. That would be exciting.
I really hope he plays. If he doesn't play this week, I really start to worry when they're going to play him.
I hope he plays this week mostly because I want to see what his role is and if it would impact what Julian Edelman does. I know it's going to impact what Chris Hogan does. I'm just a little bit interested to see that. They have Chris Hogan running out of the slot right now. That'll be done whenever Julian Edelman comes back. But if Josh Gordon's out there, it's going to hurt Chris Hogan a lot. I mean, he hasn't been great anyway, but we don't have any updates on AJ Green's groin. Marvin Lewis declined to comment, and that's the latest that we have on that.
Weird. A coach won't tell you? Just like Belichick's not going to say Josh Gordon's in or out till 5 minutes before the game.
Well, they don't have to release the first injury report until Wednesday, and then they'll just say questionable.
Come out.
They'll just say questionable.
Yeah, Evan Ingram still day-to-day. Haven't heard any of sprained MCL is what I've heard.
Yeah, I think he's going to miss a couple weeks.
Yeah, and if he misses, Sterling Shepard is a really hot play because we saw Sterling Shepard after he went out.
What's the backup up there?
The backup tight end?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do know they have a tasty matchup against New Orleans this week.
Oh, you got to start all of them. Well, we'll get to that on our Thursday show. You got to start them all.
Yeah, it is. It's an outdoor game, though. So we'll see how the Saints team works outdoors.
We got a little thunder tonight.
Ooh.
Pat?
Garth Brooks out there.
We got to get Pat inside.
I think that's why he didn't come.
Yes, the weather.
The weather?
Yeah, it's the weather.
He knew it was coming. All right, so I guess that's it. Short show today. Hopefully your waiver wire works out great for you. Wake up at 2 a.m. like I do and see who got dropped and pick them up. Remember, for the Thursday night games, don't put any of those Thursday night players in your flex.
Flex them all.
Do it, and then you'll be screwed when Leonard Fournette doesn't play again. But big thanks to everybody out there. Big thanks to Blue Spade Production for all the music drops they give us. Big thanks to Pat for giving us a heads up he wasn't going to be here today. And Josh, you got anything else you want to add in here?
I love you guys.
All right. See ya. That was short. It's like 30 minutes.
Dude, nothing that happened this week.
24.